Viewers of this video, today I feel as if I'm a fool because there is in fact a light switch somewhere over here, I think it was. Maybe. Wait, was it over here? Hold on. Somebody reminded me in the comments that this is a thing, and now I'm trying to find it, and now I can't find it because I'm a fool, and I don't know what I'm looking for. Even though I was definitely told, I just don't remember it. I'm too lazy to check. Maybe it's in here somewhere? I don't know. I think maybe, just maybe, should go ahead and check that comment wherever it was. Oh, now I gotta find it again. Oh wait, nope, there it is. From Pat233 KAC. In the museum, there is a light to be turned on. Before entering the museum, on the wall there is a black button with a yellow frame. Before entering the museum, huh? Oh wait, is that it? Yes, it is. Okay, we have lights. Anyways, welcome back to Derail Valley, where this 282 is suddenly looking a lot more beautiful than it was 3 minutes ago. Yeah, we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna run the Demonstrator 282. We did the thing. We repaired it. Next up on the list is gonna be the 060 over there, but that's gonna come at a later time because right now, I don't think 46 grand is enough to work on that thing. So let's go ahead and get this 282 rolling. And something else that I need to do, actually, at some point, is I need to work on getting a bunch of different things to put in here. Make this thing my own. Oh, this is gonna be so nice. Okay. I need my lighter. I need this to be open. I need my shovel. There we go. And now this thing can warm itself up. Open the blower. We'll get some water in the boiler before this thing explodes immediately. There we go. That's better. Please water come into the sight glass. I don't want to explode this thing immediately, and I also don't want to have to dump the fire. Uh-oh. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll be back when the boiler actually has water in it. I guess for now I can go ahead and work on... Oh, alright, I already did that because of last time. I also did that because of last time. What else can I do that needs to be done? Oh, God. Nope, get me out of here, please. Thank you. Little toolbox. I think that's already on. I think all this stuff might already be on. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna be sitting here then. It's going through a lot of water. I might have to... Well, no, I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to hook this thing back up. I should be able to get it moving on its own once more of that water has gone into the boiler. Eventually. You know, one of these days I might have to go find some non-copyright elevator music to put in, you know, for this kind of thing. Or, you know, maybe just some non-copyrighted music in general so that I can have something in the background. Someday. Let me tell you though, that day is certainly not today, because today is the day that this is supposed to be uploaded. So, no. I have been here for about 5 minutes in total now, probably. We're almost all the way through the water in the tender. I might need to fire up that guy again. Is there anything I can do to organize my inventory a little bit better? There probably is. I don't know. I guess since I know that this thing's not gonna fill up all the way from what's in the tender, I can go take a look at what's in the station office for now. Because there are loads going out of City Southwest. Sorry, City South. City Southwest is the other one that's super duper annoying over there. Alright, what do we have? We have oh, nope, that's not what I want. How do I drop again? That one. Shunting, shunting. We have a freight haul to the harbor. A lot of shunting. Not a lot of jobs. Hmm. 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 Oh, this one is definitely out of the question because it's 3 cars and 2 pickups and also to the sawmill. So that's not going to happen. Both of these shunting jobs are only 1 pickup, so I might be willing to do that. Do I actually have shunting? I do not, but I can get it. And I have no fees. Okay. And then that's goods factory, and that's harbor. Steel mill and food factory. I could load up for steel mill, then goods factory, then food factory. I could do that. I could also take the train to the harbor as well. So that might get a little bit annoying. Because I'd have to go into the harbor and then come all the way up and around that way. Whereas if I just go to the steel mill and skip the harbor, I just gotta go up that way. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and ditch the harbor job then. And we will just do these 3 after I shunt these 2. Now, there's just one problem, and it's that before I can do any shunting, I need an engine. And this one still doesn't have any water in the boiler, despite the fact that I've just emptied the tender into it. So, I'm to fire up this guy again. Might also be smart if I unhook this, just because I don't really need it right now. Should probably also reline the turntable. Let's do that real quick. There we go. I found the bleed valve for the engine. Thing is still super weak though, so doesn't really matter that much. I'm half tempted to see if I can start shunting with this thing. Now, the cool thing is that since I know where the bleeder valves are now, on both the engine and the tender, I can leave that thing in gear, let it do its thing, and then once this is in position, I can actually use the air brakes. It needs more power than that, though. Now we're moving. Right, I can't use the air brakes because there's no pressure. I'm dumb. I need to use the handbrake on the tender instead. It would help if I was actually moving. Power, please. Okay, that's enough. I am nothing more than a mere bumbling buffoon. I'll get used to being on PC eventually. For now, though, continue to fill, please. And while it does that, I can go ahead and go put this thing away, because I don't need to move that engine anywhere else before I get it started. So, back into your little cubbyhole you go. That was the wrong track. Back into your little cubbyhole you go. Okay, all ready to go for when I need to go get parts for the 060. I just gotta find the, oh right, the ECO's out here. That one. There we go. Do you have water in the tender yet? You do. Finally, we can get started. 1, 2, 3. Lighter, go. Get the blower on. And we shall have our steam. Rise! It might help if I kept the fire going. That would be smart. Rise! I said rise! Rise! You know, this might help. Rise! I heard a thing. I heard a thing right up there. Well, we at least have something coming out of the stack. I guess while I wait, I can go ahead and do this before I forget. Because I think we all know that I'm going to forget. Kind of wish there was a temperature gauge for the water. That'd be nice. Oh. We're live! Right! That's what we like to hear. And soon we will move. Eventually, maybe. I have many questions about what just happened. Because we had water in the boiler, and there was absolutely no indication of anything that would have caused this. I think this kind of just happened for absolutely no reason. And I don't think I can do anything about it because this is a career save with the one save mode. So that it's I have but one thing I can try, though I cannot guarantee that it will work. And that is to simply use... Oh, there's the autosave thing. Well, there goes that. Well, if anybody can tell me what happened here, I would be happy to have the feedback. I know that I didn't really catch the explosion itself on video, but all the details I can give are that I was using the reverser just a little bit, trying to get this thing to go. The brakes were pressurized and released. The brake stand was cut in. The handbrake on the tender was released. All brakes were released on the engine. The reverser was full forward. I had water in the boiler. I had about a half sight glass. The fire was going. I had the blower running. Don't know why the valve reset, but it did. I had all of the appliances running, that being the dynamo and the air compressor. Yeah, and the pressure gauge was kind of doing its thing. The pressure was rising, but it definitely was not full, nor did it get to that point. Not to mention the safety valve exists. So, yeah, I don't know. If somebody could tell me what went wrong, that would be great. For now, though, I am gonna have to go ahead and re-rail this over to here and service it. I don't know what that's going to cost, but I can guarantee that it will not be cheap. That's probably within range. Indeed it is. Okay. Yeah, this isn't great. So if we just switch to the engine here, let's find out how much money I need to make. So that's gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be the whole cost of what it took to restore this thing in the first place. So that's 30 grand, that's 36 grand, that's 38 grand. So we need over 100,000 again. I think it totals out to what, like 140,000, 130,000, or was it closer to 110? Might have been closer to 110. No, it was closer to 120 because of this stuff. Or no, 110, 105, 105. Yeah, that number. Final number. Final answer. Nope, don't go that way. Yeah. So we won't be running the demonstrator today. Apparently, I simply just cannot do the things that I want to do. Let's go with Machine Factory and see if there's anything good out of there. Hopefully there's a 282. If there is not a 282, then I guess I'll just be going to the harbor then. Now, you might be wondering why I'm not using insurance to repair the demonstrator, and it's because insurance doesn't cover the demonstrator. The demonstrator is technically my engine, and insurance only covers company vehicles. So that's why I'm not doing that. speaking of insurance and company vehicles, let's hope that the same thing doesn't happen here. If it does, at least we might have a better chance of understanding what happened, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, that should be enough to keep the startup going while I go and do all of the things out here. And then we gotta do the dangle with this thingamabob. Good old mechanical lubricator. It keeps things from going squeaky and wearing down while we're running. Get the air compressor. Get the dynamo. Get the handbrake on the tender. We do have steam. We have no coal in the hole. Let's get some coal in the hole, please. Thank you. Okay. We are building pressure again. Brake stand is cut in. Brake pipe is pressurizing. Why so squeaky? Why so squeaky? You have been lubricated. Why so squeaky? Excuse me? Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't get the oil caps on this side. That might have been a good idea to do. Okay, now that that's done, let's get some more coal in the hole again. Hungry steamer. You know what I didn't do? I didn't even see what jobs there are here. This was... I kind of did this all out of order. This will probably be fine to just leave here, right? Yeah. You're kidding me. How has this not despawned? Genuine question. How has this thing not despawned? Why is it still here? Well, that sucks. I've already fired up the other one, so that one's kind of just gonna stay there, but man, I wish I knew that was here. I didn't even look that way. I wouldn't have even seen it. You can see the buffers in the cow catcher, but that's it. Man. Alright, what do we have for jobs? That's a big nope. That's a big nope. That's long one, long one, long one. Those are all to the harbor, so that's actually really nice. That's a big nope. That's a big maybe, and that's a big nope. Alright, so we've got all of these to the harbor. So that's 170 tons, 278, 378, 386. Yeah, okay, so we're definitely gonna do this. Because all of this is a light load. This is a really light haul. And that's, okay, so that's 25, 25, 20. Wow. That's a lot of money for not a lot of tonnage. MFSL 81, yep. These are the wagons, okay. And they're hooked into these. They're not hooked into these, perfect. Okay, so we just bring the engine down this way, back it into this line, grab these, take them to the loading track, which is literally right there. and then dump them wherever they need to go. Alright, how are we doing over here? Still got a fire? Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We're going to keep that closed since we're just doing yard work. So, this turntable needs to go all the way around. I didn't even check if I was properly on the turntable. That could have been really bad. Now, I have just remembered I'm actually on a bit of a time limit, so hopefully things don't go super wrong or take too long. I mean, if they do, I can at least pause this and come back to it a lot easier. So, we'll see how this goes. We'll reverse, take off the independent, and let's start moving. Yard work time. Let's have that open. Alright. Machine factory in town. That's not the machine factory in town. That's the machine factory in town. Okay. So we are here. We are about to pass this switch, and then we'll go forwards. And we'll need to go past this switch so we can back into here. And that is, needs to be that way, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. Look at that thick black smog. My favorite. Alright. Let's hit the brakes. I said the brakes. Pull forwards, except not actually. That's probably good enough. Just rolling on through the yard. Going this way just because that's how the tracks are lined, and I don't really care. But we gotta go all the way to the end anyway, so it does not matter. Just above 40 should be safe enough for this yard. Hopefully. Okay, almost past the switch. Let's get the brakes on. It's this switch right here that we need to get past. Start slowing down a bit more. And full stop. Okay. And then we get the brakes off, put it in reverse, wide open. No. Go ahead and close that up, and then, no, come on, get me on top. Thank you. Let's go ahead and line the switches manually, just because. Okay, that one's obviously going the right way. We got that with the station map. None of these are going to be correct, though. That one needs to go, and that one needs to go. Nope, that one did not need to go. We got to pick up the cars first, and then we go to the loading track. Yeah. Alright, let's get this thing slowed down. Bring it down to 5, and then we'll go ahead and accept the job while it finishes rolling. There we go. Go over here. Should probably actually look at this. Load, and then we need to toss it on B4. Okay. Which is not this yard. Why are you sloshing? You have no right to be sloshing. Yes, we are going in reverse. Thank you for telling me. Didn't even bother with the air brakes because it's just 3 cars and we're shunting. And now we're slowing down. Full stop. We're probably past that switch, right? Ugh, maybe not. Hold on. We are just about not past it, I think. Yeah, the points are right there. Okay. Forwards again. And stop. Now we get that switch. And reverse. Please go the correct way. Please. Yeah. Now, while this is backing up, because it doesn't need to go any faster than that, I can go ahead and set the switches over here, because this is the B yard, yes? Yes, it is. And this is B4, which has stuff on it. And I think this is the other load I'm going to take. That's cool. Okay, so... Wait, no. No, I am reading this right. Yeah, that's B4. Okay. And they do actually go to B4, yes? Yes, they do. Huh. Alright, that's plenty. You can stop now. Thank you. Alright, let's head over here to the switch thingy-mabob. Yay! Okay, now we go put this on the other track. I never actually lined the switches. Okay, so B4. That's far enough. Stop! Back it up, man, y'all. And now we'll go ahead and hook these together. So we might as well go ahead and do that now. Get the brake lines. Let's also get the handbrake on these guys, which is right here. Let's go. And now we just back this up a little bit more because, well, you know. Not quite fully on the lane yet, according to the signs. Gotta get past that sign right there. Okay, that's good. Stop, 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 stop. Thank you. Now we'll tie a handbrake there. We'll go ahead and stay hooked up for now. I gotta turn the engine around anyway. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Here. Have. Thank you. Decent little bonus. About 6 grand, I think. Something like that. Alright. And now we have all of the freight halls to the harbor. So, now I just gotta get them all put together. Okay, so I need to get this job, those 2 jobs, and that job on the same track. I have an idea. Is it a good one, you might be asking? No. No, it is not. By any means, at all. It is in fact a very bad idea. Am I still going to do it? Well, you better believe it. You better believe I'm gonna do the bad idea. We're already in trouble today, might as well make it worse, right? Let's get her going with a little bit of speed. There we go. Okay, that should be good. Goodbye. Forwards, please. Thank you. Chuffa, 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 chuffa. Back it up again, please. Thank you. It's almost clear. Okay, that's gonna roll into position. Handbrake is on the other end. That sucks. This might be bad. May not have given that enough speed. No, I did give it enough speed. I just kind of robbed it because I didn't drop it correctly. Well, hopefully I can make this work. I mean, I could just, but I won't. Oh, that's not gonna work, is it? Nope. Oh, this is moving though. Ooh. Well, that sucks. I think for the sake of time, I am gonna go ahead and just do this. As like I said before, I am running out of time to do this. Are we actually moving? Oh, we're actually moving. Okay. Now really I just need to get this far enough to be able to keep pushing it with that, but I'm gonna go ahead and push it a little bit more than that, just to be safe. Okay, and now we stop, go forwards. And that should be that. Probably, maybe. That's probably good enough. And boop. Physics? That's not how this works. Because that was, in fact, not far enough. Right. That should be good enough this time. There we go. And forwards! And now we send this cut back. Nope, other way, please. Thank you. Oh, and before I forget, let's just do that real quick. That might be a little too much speed. There's gonna be a bit of a bang here, I think. Or did I catch that in time? I definitely did not catch that in time. There was definitely a collision there. Damage report? Nothing. Nothing. Love to see it. I already know those are not going to roll far enough now, though. Oh. Ooh, that was a bigger gap than ooh. There might be a damage report on that one. At least they're far enough out of the way for me to get this assembled now. I just realized there's something very important that I need to do. I just hope it's not too late. Oh, it might very well be too late. Please don't. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it's on the main. That means I gotta push it all together and then drag it back before I turn the engine around. I'm just gonna get the rest of this done and then be back. This has been 40 minutes of nothing. Should have hooked in the air, I should have hooked in the air, I should have hooked in the air, I should have hooked in the air. Okay, now the engine's backing up at a speed that I'm happy with. Let's go accept the jobs, because I still haven't done that yet. How far back are the cars anyway? They went, oh, we went really far. Yeesh. Alright, well, at least we know all the switches are lined. Bang. 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 Okay, that's all 4 jobs. I will reorder them in a minute. Man, I swear this thing has more rolling resistance than everything else. Let's go ahead and not explode the cylinders. That would be great. Definitely start slowing down now, though. That's not the one I wanted. Still works, though. Okay, let it roll a little bit more, and then we'll go down to 5. And let's bring her down. Good enough. Making it sounds like it still has steam in the cylinders. Bang. That was a little more violent than I would have thought, but whatever. Okay, that's all hooked in. Now I just need to go verify the order of the cars, make sure that all the connections are hooked up and everything. Oh my god, that was a really loud thing. Okay. Anyways, yeah, once I get all this hooked up and checked and everything, I'm gonna have to take a break. Okay, so that's the forestry trailers, that's the semi-trailers, that's the trams, that's the containers. Alright, so that goes there. So trailers, and then that gets swapped. So trailers, trams, trailers, containers. Yep, that's right. Okay, now I just gotta go check the connections. That one's good. That one's good. And that one's good. Alright, we're good to roll. Just as soon as I've had my break, that is. And now that I actually remember what we're doing, let's go. Hole. In the hole. A little bit more, please. Thank you. And now we go forward, I think. Brakes are still doing their thing. That's probably fine. Okay, now how are the switches lined? That way, and then you want that way. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. I think we should be good. I need to not go this fast. Not yet. That should be good. Okay. Anyways, back to the route map. Yeah, that one's good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Okay. We are all set for the harbor. And we're just gonna keep coasting for now while I figure out switches and whatnot. How's our water? Okay, we're good for water. Even with being on the grade. Okay, so what tracks are what going on? That's for C2. That's for D4. Really? E4, okay, that makes it a little nicer at least. And E9. Okay, so C2, D4, E9. Okay. We should still be good on speed for now. Okay, harbor. So that's the E yard, that's the C yard. So, actually that's kind of nice. We can. Ooh, okay. This will be very interesting. Let's just do this real quick. Keep a light set on the brakes. Do I need to put more on? I might have to, we'll see. Just make sure this is lined the right way. Yes, it is. Okay. Should be a 6 this way. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this front cut goes to the C yard. And then these two go to the D yard, and then the last one goes to the E yard. So front cut goes here, middle two go here, last cut goes here. And these go to the same track in the D yard, right? Yeah, so that's pretty nice. Right now, what I'm thinking... Oh, that's... okay. Let's bring the pressure down just a little bit. Okay, station map. Right now, what I'm thinking is we can drop the first cut into the C yard on our way in. We can separate the engine and the rest of the train from it, send it into the C yard, and have everything else go towards the E yard, where we'll go ahead and just pull through. We'll dump the last cut, and then we'll back up through the G yard. We'll hit this switch and pull into the D yard. I guess we could also back up through the E yard and then go in that way. Yeah, that might be a bit better. I don't know. Either way, though, this should actually be a pretty nice shunting job. So long as we get there. Preferably in one piece. Hopefully in one piece. I need more coal. Normally I'd get a lot of speed through this section, but I was kind of using that section to set all the switches safely, and then also kind of keeping the speed low while I did that, because coming up here is a 3. So let's go ahead and actually grab our brake pressure back. I think we might end up needing a little bit more than that if we want to get through this safely. There we go. And this time I wasn't lined into the city station. Yay! I don't remember if that was in one of these videos or my single player save. I think it might have been my single player save. That would make more sense, because we haven't been here in a long time. Alright, let's get ourselves up to speed again. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get a bit of a backlog of these recorded on PC, so that I have time to experiment with trying to get VR working again. I think that sounds like a plan. I'm going to go up to 50, and then I'm going to shut the throttle, and we'll just coast on through the next intersection. It says 5 right there. However, once we get to the intersection, it's going to go down to a 4. So that's why I don't want to go... That's why I don't want to keep the throttle down to keep us at this speed. Oh, even here we're already kind of grabbing the tracks a bit. I think these turns should bite us down to 40, though, with how long the train is. That's a 3. That used to be a 4. I swear that used to be a 4. I promise all of you that used to be a 4 through there. Now we know, I guess. Oh, nope, don't keep speeding up. We've still got train in that section. We'll know if anything derails because the brake pipe will dump. Now we should be okay to open up the throttle. Hopefully I can get the rest of this done before I run out of time, because this time when I run out of time, I'm going to be gone for a lot longer. That used to be a 6. I don't really want to do anything faster than 60 for a while. We got to get to that section that's going down the hill towards the harbor first. I need to drop the pressure because I put too much fuel in. happen because we are coming up to a hill. Let's bring the pressure back as well, because we're going to need it. Oh, it's only a 5 to that side? Fine, I'll shut the throttle. Actually, that's a 5 a lot sooner than I'd like it to be. That's really close. Alright, we gotta give it a bit of power here. And then we gotta give it a bit more power. We'll get up this just fine. One more scoop and that should be good. Go ahead and dial that back. Go ahead and bring the pressure down with the water again because we're going to be going downhill soon. There we go. Go ahead and shut the throttle for a second. And bring her back. That's a 4, never mind. We're not even going that way, but this is still a 5, so definitely gonna stay shut down for a little bit. Go ahead and close the damper. And we'll open her up. 2 scoops. Okay, station map. I need the E yard. Actually, I need to go. Let's do the C yard first. So, C2. Okay. C yard. That's correct. That's correct. Okay. And then D yard. Which track in the D yard? D4? D4, okay. So D4, coming in from this direction. Yep, that's correct. And then we want that, and that should be into the D4, okay. And then the E yard. Wow, okay. I see how it is. Okay, E yard. We need the E9, right? Yeah, E9. Alright. I'm gonna shut down now. Okay, E yard. So that way, and then that way, that way, that way. That way. Will you shut up? Okay, so that way, that way, that way, that way, that way, E9. Okay. That one's good. That one is yep. And then we need to get that one at just the right time, and then get it again. That's good. That's good. Those don't really matter. Okay. Okay. We should be good to go for a lot of good switching here, so long as I don't mess it up. Which there is a... on one hand, there's a higher chance because I'm not fully used to PC yet, but also on the other hand, there's also a lower chance because PC is easier to quickly do the things and get around. We'll see how this goes. Okay, let's give her a little bit of throttle. Come on. We can do 40. That'll be good. I know it says 60 right there, but that junction is going to bring us down to a 40, and then we're going to want to stay at 40 all the way down to the harbor. And once I get past a couple of the next turns here, I'll need to take a... probably a 1-bar set? I don't know. One bar should be good for this much weight. Did this get changed to flat ground or something? I swear this used to be a hill. Okay, and now we'll shut down because this definitely is a hill. Right. That. I kind of forgot about that. Just a little bit. Anyways, I am now burnt to a crisp. So that's fun. Okay, and that 1-bar set should be good enough to let the corners do the rest. Oh, turn off the sand. What? Why did that get turned on? Yeah, now the corners should be able to do the rest. Now that we're actually in the corners. And again, yet again, I did not close the firebox. I really don't need to have that open. Now, when we're coming into the yard, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the train down to 20, cut this front set off, bring the train back up to 30, cut the engine off, and then send the engine off at 40 so that I can get the switches for this cut, and then set the switch back again for the rest of the train. That's the plan, at least. And I'm really hoping it works, because if it does, this should go really well. And shunting shouldn't actually take that long. Which would be great, because as I said before, I am running out of time, and it's non-negotiable. Don't be chirping at me. I'm doing the limit. Less than, actually. You don't need to be chirping at me. Trend. I'm just gonna keep this set for now. Still doing about 35. Got the junction coming up now. Got a lot of the rest of the train still on the grade, which I'm not even sure flattened out entirely. I don't think it did. Looks like I need a little bit more air. Remember, I want to get the train down to 20. And we're kind of coming up to the point where I want to do that. Let the air go for a second. And let's grab that set again. Actually, we need to let the air go completely, because we need the brake pipes to not be charged at all. Or we need them fully charged. Oh no, oh no, oh no. We don't have the rest of the train helping us slow down anymore, so I gotta have full brakes on. Brakes are already failing, which makes sense given what I've just done to them. Why are you sloshing? Okay, that's good. We are getting separation. Hopefully it stays good enough. That's not great. There we go. Come on, let me get back on so I can take the handbrake off. Okay, and then while that rolls that way, I probably should have set the independent on the engine. That might have been smart. Let this roll a little bit more. Just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, set the handbrake. And dump the air. Now, in theory, nothing bad should happen to the engine. Yeah, the engine seems to be okay. Now, let's go ahead and make this separation. Let's see, how far through is the engine? The engine... Okay, the engine's still rolling, so that's good. It might roll up and then back down the hill. Ooh. I really should go check on that, but also I don't want the cars to roll too far forwards. I'm gonna go check on it, because we should be able to get back over here in time. Oh, yep, they're certainly doing their thing. Where is the engine? Oh my god. This thing went flying up that hill, didn't it? I think we might actually be safe. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we're safe. We are definitely safe. We need to get back to the rest of the train now so that we can go stop the containers. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, they're already past the sign. No! Oh, man, that sucks. Okay. No, come on, get out from there. What are you doing? Okay, well, at least I left this in tension, so... we can go push this back safe. Well, actually, speaking of pushing things back, hold on. We'll just push it back. Oh, that's gonna suck. Bang. Oh, that definitely just did some damage. Wait, where did the handcart go? Oh. The handcart is very much dead. Okay, well, did it at least save the... okay, it might have prevented some damage. Definitely prevented damage to the engine. Okay. Everything is now fully under control. You will have some damages to pay, but that's okay. Bang. And then we'll hook this back up. We'll hook in the air here. And then we'll give it a good shove. There we go. And then that'll roll forwards. And I can go stop the containers in their tracks. Quite literally. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And dump it. Beautiful. And then we'll back up through the center track here. There we go. And now we just gotta go to D4. So far, this has not been a complete and total failure. A little bit of damage to this trolley, and possibly that one I didn't check. But overall, a success. I am, however, getting down to the wire on time, so hopefully I can finish this up within the next 14 minutes. I should be able to. There's no way it'll take me that long to back up, pull into D4, and then go turn in their jobs and do an outro. If it takes me that long, I might as well just quit. Because it should not take that long. It should take maybe 10 minutes. Hopefully. Because I still have to get ready. That's the other thing. I'm running out of time to get ready as well. Oh, the things I do for YouTube. Remember, I need to get past that switch. Not this one, but that switch. Oh, we're past it. And then we get back in, get the brakes, get the reverser, full forward. And then we'll do our fuel and water check to see how we did as well. Because we gotta see how we did. I mean, obviously we did terrible with the demonstrator, but that's besides the point. Okay, we don't need to be doing anything more than 20 through here. Especially that turn. I'll go ride the end till I get to the right spot, and then I'll dump the air. Go ahead and tie the handbrake now. Start slowing down a little bit. And dump it. Alright, let's go see how we did for fuel efficiency. Alright, we did pretty good on coal. We still have the vast majority of it. And same goes for water. Alright, I'd say we did pretty good there. especially with the shunting. Didn't use hardly anything for that. Go ahead and dump the fire. Let's put this on because there's still steam in the chest because I left the regulator ever so slightly open. And that's that. Now watch one of these somehow not be in just the right spot. Alright, station office. Bang. 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 Alright. 24,000, 12 grand time bonus, no damage. 19 grand, $9,000 time bonus, no damage. 26,000, $13,000 time bonus, no damage. And 46,000, $23,000 time bonus. It's a little bit of damage. It's fine. Let's pay our dues. We only need to pay 35 grand to clear all the fees, apparently. Interesting, interesting. I could save some money, or I could just pay the fee. Okay, there we go. All fees cleared. Yay. And I am left with $191,000. And it only took me 7 minutes to do the shunting. So, I'm happy. Overall, a successful day, except for the demonstrator. Again, if somebody could please tell me what went wrong there, that would be wonderful, because I genuinely have no idea what could have gone wrong there. Other than that, though, very successful session. Hope y'all enjoyed, like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye!